Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, and it is going to be a reading vlog. I'm so excited, so without further ado, let's get started. On my birthday, I was gifted these two books, and I really want to read it. So I thought of doing a reading vlog of me reacting while reading this book. I would read the synopsis of the book, and I would then decide which one I want to go for. First up, I'm going to read the synopsis of Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. When he hears her favorite Beatles song, Toa Watanabe, I think I'm butchering the name, but anyways, recalls his first love, Nayoko, the girlfriend of his best friend Kisugi. Immediately, he is transported back almost 20 years to his student days in Tokyo. Adanti? I don't know. In a world of uneasy friendships, casual sex, passion, loss, and desire, to a time when an impetuous young woman called Midori marches past into his life, and he had to choose between the future and the past. It doesn't sound very intriguing to me, so we're just gonna read the synopsis of Never Lie. Never Lie is written by one of my favorite authors of all time, that is Freida McFadden. I've read many books written by her and loved all of them. Sometimes the truth kills. Newlyweds Trisha and Ethan are searching for the house of their dreams. They think they've found it in the remote manor that once belonged to Dr. Adrian Hale, a renowned psychiatrist who years ago vanished without a trace. When a violent winter storm traps them at the estate, the house begins to lose its appeal. Stuck inside, Tricia finds a collection of audio transcripts from Dr. Hale's sessions with patients. As Tricia starts listening to what isn't meant for her, she learns of the terrifying events around the doctor's mysterious disappearance. With each tape, every shocking piece of the puzzle falls into place. But by the time Tricia reaches the final cassette, it will be too late. From New York Times best-selling author Freida McFadden comes an addictive, unpredictable thriller that will keep you asking the question, what is the truth? Count me intrigued. I like the premise of this book, so we'll have to read and see if it is actually convincing enough. So I'm just keeping this book aside for a while, and we're going to be reading this book throughout the entire video. By the way, we're going to be reading this book with spoilers. So for those of you who haven't read this book and do not want the story to get spoiled, this is your time. Skip this video and save it for later. I've read up till page number 40. That's almost like 50% or maybe 48. So I think it's a good place to update you guys about my reading and what I'm liking so far. Never Lie revolves around Trisha and Ethan. They are the newlywed couples. They find a home and then they enter the house. They explore it because there's no one, but they are getting creepy vibes from that house. But still, Ethan insists on, exploring this house for at least a day or two, and then maybe in the future they can buy this house. Now, my thoughts. If you sense danger, you just run from there. But of course, this is fiction, and hence they are living in that exact same house. Coming to Adrian, I feel like she's a very, very interesting person. Like, I don't know if I like her or hate her, but she stands for the right and just doesn't tolerate lies. So basically, she records her patient's conversation with her. Since she's a psychiatrist, she records it in the form of cassettes and then renames it and keeps that as a record, so that in future, if something happens, she has the record of it, or something like that. But the thing is that she does it with or without the consent of the patient. And in that part, I was like, girl, she's unethical. Okay, let's talk about Ethan for a while. He is a good husband, okay, cool. But then I read the chapter 13 about this patient with initials EJ written over the cassette, and I feel like this is my theory. Ethan might be EJ. Am I right or am I wrong? We'll get to see when I read further, but I feel like there's a lot of resemblance with Ethan's and EJ's life and actions. Like the fact that his parents died and he only had a few friends to invite to his wedding is coincidence enough. If we talk about EJ wanting to murder his parents because of their money and insurance and everything of that sort. If I were at Adrian's position, I would probably kill him with my own bare hands. But of course, you cannot do that because that's a crime. Okay, now let's talk about Luke. Luke, I feel like I'm getting good vibes from him. Adrian, on the other hand, I felt like I was getting ominous yet righteous vibes from her. But Luke is like the fluffy, cute guy, which I don't know if I'm gonna turn on him later, but I'm liking him so far. So that's where we're at. Now I'm gonna read more and update you guys later. In chapter number 26, Tricia says, I shiver in Dr. Hale's leather chair. The blouse I'm wearing is paper thin and not nearly warm enough, with the heat on. Maybe I can get Ethan to turn the heat up a bit. He never showed me exactly how he figured out how to turn it on in the first place. I don't even know where the heating system is. It could be practically anywhere in this giant house. I'm impressed he figured it out, having never been here before. If Ethan has never been here before, and Ethan is not EJ, then how did he figure it out? It cannot just be a coincidence, right? Oh my gosh, I'm low-key scared. In the attic, there's a sleeping bag with a pillow, and it's not covered in dirt. That means someone was sleeping here, and it's recent. Is Adrian alive? I don't know. It is possible. Chapter number 37. They found a corpse, and Ethan's not bothered by it. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. But I'm shit scared. Wait, I think I have a theory. I think the corpse that they found was Luke, because as we know, Adrian never wore jeans, and the corpse wore jeans. So I think it is Luke. Oh my gosh. What the hell? Here we go again. EJ is blackmailing her again. Wait, I think, yeah, my theory is right. He is blonde, EJ is blonde, and Ethan has blonde hair all over his body. So I think EJ is Ethan. Oh my gosh. EJ did murder his parents. And then Adrian says, tell me what you want. He says, I want you, Adrian. Adrian then feels dizzy and says, you mean more sessions? And then he says, call it whatever you want. I want you to strip down naked and let me do anything I want to do to you. Anything. You're fucking kidding me. He blackmailed her by showing her Luke's video, him hacking his laptop. Wow. Just to forcefully sleep with Adrian. What a shitty guy. So basically and finally Luke's not dead, because the man roaming around the house is Luke. So apparently the corpse has to be of Adrian Hale. You've got to be kidding me. She had the chance to tell Luke what actually really happened and what he really wants, but she didn't. Instead, she told Luke that she wants to kill him without letting him decide what to do with that guy, EJ. Girl, what the hell? And you expect Luke to be the one to kill him without even letting him know what the real consequences are. Seriously, man. But now that Luke hasn't decided on killing him, instead he revs his car and just goes home. She wants to tackle EJ herself. I don't think that's a clever idea, but apparently she is doing that. Chapter 46. Patricia is Tricia? I would have never ever expected this plot twist. Let's talk about this. I'm currently at page number 272, chapter 50. And I'm shook. First off, Ethan is not EJ. It's Edward Jameson. Cool. They're different people. But Tricia is Patricia. And she kills Adrian. I'm so confused. I think I have about 30 pages left. So I'll just finish it and give you the final update. Okay, we need to talk about this book. I'm officially finished. I would have never guessed the ending, but it was nice. I cannot believe that I still didn't guess the plot twist that Ethan's mother was Gail, and that could be a possibility. I rate this book a 5 freaking stars. It kept me on my toes, and I don't know what Freida McFadden writes, but I literally sat there for a while and read the entire book. I could not put this book down, and I just had to finish this book. There's nothing that I can criticize about this book. So yeah, this is my new favorite book. For those of you who have never read Never Lie, I recommend it. Another Freida McFadden book is checked off from her backlist. So that concludes my reading vlog. I really enjoyed doing this and journaling the entire process. I hope you liked it too. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And hopefully I'll be able to see you in your beautiful face next time. Bye.